Hello everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. Please invite your friends, and if you are a Muslim, welcome. And if you are a Christian, for sure you're welcome. And if you are an atheist, oh boy, come on, welcome. You know, because I'm bored, I said to myself, let us go, you know, like when you have nothing, I mean, I don't know, Muslims don't call us, they don't dare. So I said to myself, let us go and play. You know, like, let us look after the kids. So, you know, like it appeared in front of me a video of Sister Farid. I have to whisper because I don't want him to hear us. You know, if he hears us, he might join us. And if he joins us, I will be in trouble. You know, we told this kid, if you are brave enough, call me, I will call you. And the one who hang up first is the loser. Still he will do it. Like Mimi Hijab, he hang up on me 7 times in less than 3 minutes. Anyway, so today, Brother Fifi is going to explain to you how Christian prince lie. And I really enjoy the response. It's fantastic.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. This is perhaps one of CP's most awkward videos.
And this is why I chose that, because this is the most awkward. I mean, come on. I'm not going to choose something not awkward. I mean, this is the best you can do. Okay.
Get your kids out of the room. I'm serious.
Get your kids out of the room. We will talk about Muhammad. Why? Are you going to read the hadith where it says, go and bite the penis of your father? Which your prophet said? Why you want to get the kids out of the room? And what do you mean kids? Like Aisha, she was 6 years old. Is that the kid you're talking about? Or in the video you told us that she was mature and she had her period. When in the hadith it says she did not reach her period until she had the age of 14, sorry. What a potato. Hey kids, Aisha, leave the room. We will talk about panties. Go ahead.
Serious. I'm not going to be responsible for this one.
He is not responsible. Disclaimer. Please, disclaimer.
Yalla, bismillah.
Yalla, yalla, bismillah. In the name of Allah. You will talk about panties in the name of Allah. I mean, what's wrong with you? Yalla, bismillah, let us talk about panties. Actually, it match. You're right. You choose the perfect name to the perfect topic. Yalla. No problem. Chapter 33, verse number 50. Here we go. Here we go. And this is only a privilege to Muhammad. Only a privilege to Muhammad. Any believing woman and any believing woman who dictate her panty to the Prophet. If the Prophet wished to with her, actually it doesn't say, you know, it says to sleep with her. And this is only for thee, not for the believer. Isn't it obvious that this is a corrupt verse made by the corrupt man Muhammad for the benefit of Muhammad? Who is the only one who get the benefit of this privilege? Muhammad.
For those curious, you'll realize by returning to commentaries that the verse is referring to the Prophet, peace be upon him, being allowed to get married without paying a dowry. CP.
How I missed that. Muhammad is getting sex for free. Brothers and sisters, Ibn Kathir, and I believe in women if she offer herself to the Prophet and the Prophet wishes to marry her. A privilege for you only. Okay. Okay, why Muhammad should not pay for the sex he will get from the women? Isn't it you Muslim? You say that the dowry is the right of the women for her protection? And where it says to with her, and why he have, I mean, is he a Muslim or he is above Islam? Obviously Muhammad have a privilege, all of them about money and sex. And this is your translation, a privilege for you only. Which a prophet he have a privilege for him only? Isn't it the prophet is the first one who to follow the law? Or he have his own law? God, he made a special law for Muhammad, so he's not a Muslim? Because now, if we say to you, is that for Muslim? You will say no. This is not for Muslims. So this is for who? Muhammad was a Hindu? And look, in my video, I was showing Tafsir al-Qurtubi. He went to Tafsir Ibn Kathir where he said nothing. Because we are talking about what? We are talking about not only women offer herself, we are talking about Zainab, Muhammad is sleeping with Zainab, Muhammad doing the boom boom to Zainab, Muhammad he spy at Zainab, Muhammad he sees Zainab standing, seeing see-through clothing. All of this is gone. He went to Ibn Kathir because there's nothing. And from all the tafsir, he called this, that's it. He refuted me. That's it. The story is over. And if I say to him, do you accept Ibn Kathir for different verses? He will say no. Like this idiot, when he spoke to me with Mimi Hijab, he said to me, oh, you said that Paul is a messenger of Allah in Ibn Kathir book. Huh? It says there the reporter is this guy. Give us, I give you 3 seconds to give me the reference. 30 seconds. And then I was reading from different book of Ibn Kathir. And both idiot, they were reading the same tafsir. I was reading from different book. I told him, I'm reading from different book, you idiot. So he refuted me now by saying Ibn Kathir, he said, this is only privilege for the Prophet, just not to pay dowry, that's all. That's all. Yeah. That's the only privilege he got. Poor Muhammad. Looked like Allah is not favoring Muhammad at all. Go. Let us hear more.
He has a completely different interpretation, which is...
I was reading Al-Qurtubi. It's my interpretation.
much more than just an interpretation. Rather, it's just an outright lie.
This is what it says. This is about those are the whores of Muhammad. They are not his wives. They are offering themselves for sex.
First lie. CP argues that the verse is saying that this ruling is a free pass for the Prophet, peace be upon him, to have sex with whomever he likes. The text does not say this, and we can see quite clearly that the verse...
Hold on. Look, guys, the text. And look, he have an arrow. It says whoever wished to with her. So now it's not about having sex with everybody. It's whoever he wished to with, brother. I mean, don't you see it? Are you blind? Look, he got you busted. Look, whoever he wished to with, how he with her. This is your Muslim translation. Whoever he wish. It's not true. Not every woman he was, whoever he wished, but not every woman. Only the one he wished. To what? To with her. What, you know, the word with her here, which is your translation, mean what exactly? He will put her in the shelf? He will take her, put her in the storage room, in the kitchen, or in the bedroom. Potato. Get us more busted, please. Go ahead. Let us continue.
Is referring to marriage.
So marriage, whoever he want to marry. I mean, the Muslim, they can have only 4 wives. According to Fifi, Muhammad, he can marry as many as he wishes. Privilege, brother. Only, I mean, what's wrong with that? Okay, but if a Muslim, he have 5 wives, like let us say he have 4 and then he got number 5. Is that adultery in Islam? They will say, yes, haram. Haram, brother. Okay. So Muhammad, wife number 5, wife number 6, wife number 7, wife number 8, wife number 9, wife number 10, wife number 12, to continue until tomorrow, are adultery. No. Brother, it is not adultery because it's a privilege for the Prophet. Unbelievable. So the Prophet is a poor guy. I mean, come on, he have too much stress on him, and Allah give him privilege to his private part. Look, every sister Fifi, he can be one of 4 chickens, marrying 1 rooster. But her husband, he cannot marry the chicken number 5. Haram. That's adultery, fornication. But the Prophet, he can do fornication number 5, fornication number 6, fornication number 7, fornication number 8, fornication number 10, fornication number 11, 12, 13, 14, 14, because he's a Prophet. It's a privilege. I mean, come on. Have you been a prophet before? They will say to you, what about like in the Old Testament it says there is a prophet, he have 700 wives. It's not God. This guy is a king and he was a lousy person. And even the God, he condemned his behavior. And the story even mentioned in your book. He have 99 goats. My brother, he have 99 goats. So Muhammad, he have a privilege, and the privilege is about his private part. And yet the prophet, he don't have sex with whoever he want, only with the women he wish, between two brackets, with her. I'm convinced. And actually, I'm silenced. Continue.
It's not what it says.
This is what it says. Any woman, she can give her to the prophet. And not only that, Muhammad, hold on. After that, Muhammad, he started receiving ugly women. They want to sleep with him. And Muhammad, he look at them. They are disgusting. So look what he did. He made a verse right after it. He says, "Thou mayst defer who, you know, the one who turn away from him, or the one who choose." So Muhammad, he can, okay, let us say you come to him, you don't like how you look like, maybe you're older. So he say, okay, this is too much, too many women, they are coming to sleep with me. So what I will do now? So he made a verse says that Allah told me I might choose and I might delay the one later. So Muhammad, he was giving himself more excuse to use and abuse women, because there's many ugly women, they start coming to Muhammad, and the reason they want to sleep with him, because if they sleep with Muhammad, they will be considered as women of Muhammad, and that means they will have a free food forever, they will have a retirement plan, they will have respect of the believers, because that's it, they are the, excuse my language, they are the bitches of Muhammad.
Second lie by CP. There is no evidence for his claim that this has to do with unattractive women. This is nothing more than an outright lie. The previous verse, verse 50, doesn't even state that it is an obligation upon him to have intercourse with every woman that
Look what? It's not obligation for him. It's a privilege. Do you see the difference between obligation and privilege? Isn't it you who posed for us a second ago saying this is a privilege? How a privilege will be obligation? Idiot. So he is trying to refute me saying that this is not obligation. For sure it's not obligation, but now he have to give an excuse why he is not accepting the offers. Let us go to the hadith so we can laugh together. The yellow pages of the Muhammadan, the laundry of Muhammad. I was among the people with the Prophet when a woman stood up and said, "O Messenger of Allah, she has offered herself between two brackets in marriage." He's so handsome. I mean, you cannot do what you can say. I mean, women, they are lined up. So see what you think of her. He remained silent. He got scared, like, what is that? What I did to myself, I said, any woman, she offer herself, and those women are offering themselves. And look at this woman. This woman, she don't look like a woman, she looked like a man. And the Prophet did not give an answer. He was thinking what I would do now. I will get rid of her. Then she stood up again, and she said, "O Messenger of Allah, you know, she had offered herself in marriage to you. So see, what do you think of her?" And Muhammad is not answering. Obviously, he don't like her. Like what? So a man stood up and said, "Marry her to me, O Messenger of Allah." He said, "Do you have anything?" Look, Muhammad want to do business. He want to get rid of the woman right away. Finally, we got somebody. Okay, do you have anything? The guy, he said, "No." He said, "Go and look. Even if you have a ring of iron, I will just take her away." So he went and looked, and he came and he said, "I could not find anything." Not even an iron ring. He said, "Have you memorized anything from the Quran?" He said, yes, surah such and such. He said, okay, I will marry you to her in the basis of memorizing the Quran. But the woman, she offered herself with the Prophet. So is it a privilege that if a woman, she offer herself to you, you give her to someone else? Did he even ask the woman, do you like to marry him? If this is marriage. Shouldn't he ask the women? I mean, the woman, she came, she said, I want Muhammad. I'm crazy about Muhammad. Muhammad, he is sexy and you know it. And then what do you do? Because she is a bad-looking woman, obviously. He gave her to someone else. Who gave you the right? Is that a privilege to the Prophet? I marry her to you? Or she gave herself to me, so now I own her. So I can give her to you. What is that? Based in what logic, what religion? A woman, she offered herself to the Prophet. The Prophet, he gave her to someone else. So he said, this is not true. Actually, it's the verse about the Prophet, he differ any he like, he don't like. This is just, you know, it's not obligation anyway. So why? So are you saying the verse there where it says any women, so if the Prophet, he want to differ any, there's no need for it? Are you saying, Fifi, that Allah made a mistake and he said something is not needed? That's what you said. You said, actually, in fact, it's not obligation. So what's the point of this verse? If it's not obligation anyway. Correct, guys? We heard Fifi saying that it's not an obligation. And as long as it's not obligation, that means there's no reason for this verse to come. To say, oh, okay, you know what? You can differ any, you can delay, you can refuse, you can accept. If it is not obligation anyway. So what the point of this verse? Obviously, the point is Muhammad giving himself an excuse now because he opened the door for offer. And people want to know why their offer is rejected. Like you go to a government and you are a good citizen like Muhammad, you only kill and rape and steal. That's only the crime you do. You're a good citizen. And then you apply for the government and they say to you, your application is rejected. Shouldn't you say, no, why? So this verse here, verse number 51 in chapter 33, says, you may differ, turn off any of them away. And you can receive any who please you. This is too is a privilege to the Prophet. See? Obviously Allah, he is not favoring Muhammad's sexual desire. And this is why Aisha, she said, Inni ara rabbuka yusari'u ila hawaka ya Muhammad. I see that your God, Muhammad, he rushed into your desire, Muhammad. What desire he's talking about? Sex. Aisha, she said, I was jealous. I was jealous. Jealous from what? So Muhammad, by giving those verses, he silenced the wives who start complaining. In the same time, he gave a legal reasoning for sleeping around with as many as he want, because it's a privilege. Let us go back to our sister Fifi. Peace upon her.
Approaches him for verse 51 to be introduced as an alleged cop-out. Of course, I'm referring to CP's sinister interpretation.
Lady, do you see what it says here? Yastankihuha. Yastankihuha is a continuous verb, and you speak Arabic, don't you?
Okay, so
is it
if
continue? Is it continue? Yes or no? Am I lying? It's ing to F her. This is not to marry her. Marry, you marry only once.
Okay,
not
so why does it say if the Prophet wishes to wed her? What does that
What
mean?
is with her? There's no with her here.
Okay, so, and nikah in Arabic means marriage.
No, let me show you. Here we go. I will show you from your Islamic website. What is the nikah mean? Give me a second. Here we go. We don't make things up, lady.
The third lie by CP is that the term yastankihuha does not mean to wed. In fact, the common usage of the term yastankih is to wed. His denial of this and preference of to have intercourse is one that is hate-driven. CP will be refuting himself shortly, by the way.
Let us see.
In Islam, marriage is not restricted of a platonic relationship between a husband and wife, nor it is solely for procreation. The Islamic term of marriage is nikah. You see it? Literally means sexual intercourse.
So marriage is about.
See how the CP he refuted himself? Fifi, he said, in few seconds the CP will refute himself. How? This is the refutation.
Yeah, are you so you're saying?
I'm not saying that. It's you who's saying that. There's no marriage in Islam. You don't use the word marriage, you say the F word. We as an Arab Christian, we use the word zawaj. You as a Muslim, you use nikah, the F word.
It's quite funny how CP seems to think that he's found something here that's useful for him. It doesn't matter if the origin of a word is...
Stop! The origin of the word? This is the origin, but it's the same word. What origin? And this is your Muslim website. They are not saying the origin, they are saying literally means sexual intercourse. And now Fifi, he will make a cartoon. Look at this cartoon. To refute me, cartoon.
Is used in a way if the common usage of the term has changed.
The common usage, it's sayings, but this is your website. This is published now, 2020-21. It says the word nikah literally means sexual intercourse, not used to be, idiot. Not one upon the time used to be, idiot. It says the Islamic term of marriage nikah literally means now, means not yesterday, not the day before, not the origin, potato. And this kid, this is explain why he don't dare to call me. I'll let me call him. This is the origin, brother. CP is driven by hate. This is the origin. Where it says the origin. Anybody see the word origin? It says means, literally means. In Arabic, we have a word for marriage. It's called zawaj. Use it. Why you want to use the word which is, according to Fifi, originally mean fu? Why you want to use it? He just admitted, according to him, this is originally, brother, originally. But the Muslim website says no. Literally means. This is what it means. Not used to mean, before it used to mean, in the past used to mean, centuries ago it used to means, thousands of years used to mean. It means. Means. And this is your Muslim website. So he could not answer, so he said, originally, this is originally, brother. See, we got you busted. And now he will make a cartoon for you. So you can laugh. I want to laugh too. Originally. Play the cartoon for us.
Imagine this scenario.
A contracting company purchases a crane for $100,000. After making the purchase, the salesman pulls out a dead crane from behind the desk. The contractor says,
"What the heck is this?"
The salesman, a middle-aged, grumpy Arab Christian, responds,
I am a scholar, you are a donkey.
The salesman is arrested for fraud and the people rejoice.
Yay! Yay!
The end.
The end.
There's none.
And he is arrested. This is the most important part in the story. He got arrested too. You potato. You just made yourself a joke. So you are saying that your God Allah is using a word which originally mean to F you because he is short in the language. And now there's a guy, he is a middle-aged Christian, as you called him. He's a grumpy. Like what? 54 and 6 years old girl? together. Hey, wife, where are you? Come on, come from under the table. Yeah, come on. Grimby. So, Allah, brothers and sisters, this is the origin of the word. Yes, this is true. Fifi agreed. It's the origin of the word mean to if you. And the word to if you became marry you. Subhanallah. And look, in the video I asked the women why it is ing. If you want to marry, you say I want to marry, not ing. You don't do marry every 5 seconds. You know, you marry the women once and that's it. Yes, tankihuha. So he is going to if her non-stop. Excuse my language. But I'm so glad about your cartoon, and obviously you did refute me. Crane, the same word crane, it can be used for the word, for a bird, and can be used for a machine. Like you idiot. The word you are using in the Quran for the marriage is zawaj. Zawaj. Let us show you something to get this potato busted. He is too little, but because I'm bored, as you see, what we can do. That's what happens when you are bored. Let us see how the word yankah will work for Fifi and Mimi and Sisi. This is a chapter 4. This is a chapter 4. It says the one who could not do nikah to the believing women, free believing women. You see here the word wed. This is the word nikah supposedly. They translate it as wed. Okay. You may wed believing girl among those who your right hand possess. What? This is what it says? Let us go back a little bit. It's forbidden for you, married women, additional to your mother, your sister, your daughter. Forbidden for you. Okay. Forbidden to do what? To do nikah. Okay. It says here, وَلَا تَنْكِحُوا مَا نَكَحَ آبَاؤُكُمْ. If this is marriage, it means don't marry who your father married before you. Perfect. So the word here, the origin word is to if them. According to Fifi now, it's not to if them, it's to marry them. So marry not women who your father married or he slept with. Let us see. Forbidden for you, between two brackets, in marriage. Okay. Those following women. Your mother, daughter, sister, father, sister, mother, sister, etc. All of those women are forbidden for you to do nikah with them. According to Fifi, this is marriage. Let us see here. Also forbidden for you, women already are married, except whom your right hand possess. So you do nikah with married women, you marry them or you if them? They are married. You're a prophet, he made a verse in the Quran saying, you can do nikah to women who they are already married. So it's already those women who they are already married, they are forbidden for you, except, do you marry a woman already married? Or you F them? The verse after it, it goes farther. Hey, Abdullah, after we finish the video, my friend, I will let you call me, no problem. Just give me some time. I told you, finish the topic, we will take your call. You are welcome. Read this verse here with me. If any of you could not have nikah to a free woman, what he will do? Let us change the translator. Because it's lawful for you to sleep with your slaves anyway. So what do you mean wed? What do you mean wed? They keep repeating, saying to marry, to marry, to marry. Okay, as an example, Muhammad, he have a woman, she is his slave. Her name is Mary the Copt. Did he do nikah to her or he didn't marry her? The answer, he did nikah to her. And this is the story where Muhammad got busted by his wife and she found him sleeping with Mary the Copt. Was Muhammad doing nikah to her as effort or nikah to her as wedding her? Muslims, you know, they say to you, oh, this is a woman he married. Liars. We can show you the fatwa where it says the Prophet never married Mary the Copt. So according to what law he was sleeping with her? They will say to you, she is his right hand process. Stupid. The right hand process is women who they are slaves from war. Mary, she is not. She was a gift. Your prophet here received gift of human trafficking. He received the gift. He opened the box, Amazon shipping. He found Mary, her cousins, the whole family shipped to him. Let us find the fatwa, so the Muslim will not say he married her. You know them. Here we go. This is the Muslim website, Islam question and answer. Those supposedly are scholars, not like Fifi and Mimi and Susu. Fifi, he say Allah have hands. Muhammad hijab, he says, who said so? Okay. Question. Was Maria al-Qubtiyya one of the mothers of the believers? Muhammad even made them mother of the believers so nobody can sleep with them. Privilege to the Prophet. He sleep with women, that's it. Nobody can have her. Even after he died. He owned the women. Question. There's no doubt that Maria the Qubtiyya was the cucumber. I don't know how to say the word. Concubine. She was the cucumber of the Prophet. He insert her as he wish. Praise be to Allah. The answer. The Prophet, peace and blessing upon him, he did not marry Maria the Qubtiyya. Rather, she was a sex slave. And she is a gift from the ruler of Egypt. So the Quran says it is lawful for you to F women who they are, even if they are married, as we showed you in chapter 4 verse 24. Even if they are married, you can do nikah to them. So nikah cannot be marriage. Muhammad was doing nikah to marry the Copt without marriage, and he never married her. And the Quran gave Muhammad license to have sex with right hand possessed from war. This woman, as you see, she was given to him by Al-Muqawqas, the ruler of Egypt. And she was a Christian woman. He used to rape her every day. He did not marry her. What kind of a man he is? You see, when Abraham, he wanted to have a child, and Sarah is old, and he is old, and she cannot have a child, he married his servant. He did not jump in her bed and rape her. Muhammad the rapist was raping his slaves, who they are not even from war. not only Sophia and Juria and endless number of women who they are married. He slept with her, slept with them, and he raped them. Muhammad even, he go after the maid. She is a maid. She's a servant, slave, yes. But there's no license in the Quran. It says you can have sex with women who they are given to you as a gift. It's only Malakatul Yamin. You can ask, what is Malakatul Yamin? You will see they are the captive of war. What is Malikat al-Yamin? I will search in Prophet Google, peace be upon him. And right away we get the answer, islamiccity.org. Actually, it's in front of us where we are looking. Here we go. In the Muslim translation, it says the captives, read it. It's forbidden for you, married women. They are forbidden for you. Save those who they are captive. What do you do to them? You do nikah. So they are captive. Those are the right hand possess. Why don't I go and look around? It's in front of us. So Muhammad, he legalized it, and he using the if word instead of the word marriage, because there is no marriage in Islam. You know, when Muhammad, he said, if any man and women, they like to if each other for 3 days and 3 nights. Did he say the word marriage? Did he mention the word marriage? Let us go and see. In the Muslim translation, they added the word marriage. But is it true the word marriage is there? No, never. Read carefully. أيما رجل وامرأة توافقا فعشرة ما بينهما 3 ليال فإن أحبا أن يتزايدا أو يتتاركا تتاركا. Can we take this to the Google translation? Shall we? And then we will find there is no word marriages exist. And look, the chapter name forbidden it of Nikah al-Mut'ah. Okay, if Nikah is marriage, Fifi and Mimi, they get upset when I say sons of Mut'ah. Well, if Mut'ah is marriage, why you get upset? Go watch their video. They said, do he dare to say that to us face to face? So, Nikah al-Mut'ah, then it's not marriage, obviously. So if I say to you, Nikah, you are sons of Mut'ah, obviously you did not understand it son of marriage. You understood it as son of prostitution. For this is nothing but prostitution. What is the marriage here? And now if we take this hadith and we take it to Google Translation, peace upon him, and we click at translate, in front of you the Arabic and the English, which means that both sides now will turn to be English. Translate to English. The challenge is, are we going to find here in Arabic the word marriage? Or the Muslim, they inserted it here to marry temporarily. What kind of religion this religion is, to marry temporarily? Let us click at translation. I want you to focus with me, please, in the Arabic translation, where it's going to turn into English by the magic of Google. Find me the word marriage in the Arabic translation. There's no marriage. Any women and man, they agree together to do boom boom for 3 nights. Not the translation here is wrong. 10 nights, 3 nights, and they'd like to increase. They they increase. If they like to leave each other, they can leave each other. But there's no marriage. And now Fifi, the smart boy, he will say to you, it says here this is abrogated. Why, Allah, he found that he's wrong? Or because people start asking questions like us, what kind of religion is, where people, they go and rent each other for one night stand. So there's no marriage. This is marriage? To hire a woman to stay with you for 3 days, this is marriage. And she get paid for it. Unbelievable. And then if we go, let us do this a little bit. You know, we mentioned in the video, and Fifi, he answered, you know, he said, Christian Prince would refute himself. He said the origin of the word is nikah. The origin. Okay. Let us go there and see what is nikah. And again, we will use Muslim website, not me speaking. Here we showed you that the word nikah means literally sexual intercourse. That's it. Okay. But how you do nikah with the women in Islam? What is the duty of a woman in Islam? The women who will do, you will do nikah with her. What is that? What she is exactly doing? Read carefully. In some work, let us zoom in. In some work, yes, this is a contract of work. A special term is applied to women who participate in the muta. Between in Arabic now they are saying mustajara. What mustajara mean? Or rented women. Muta is considered kind of rental. Let us stop here. As long the word muta, the Muslim, they add to it the word marriage. So how it is marriage and you are renting the women? Are we following, people? How this is a marriage? Oh, the screen is off. I apologize. Okay, it's on now. It's on. So how it is marriage? Let us read carefully again from the beginning. In some work, a special term is applied to a woman who participate in mut'a mustajara or rented women. Great. Fifi said the word nikah mean marriage. Nikahul mut'a, marriage for pleasure. I'm just replacing the word, right? The one he is using. Okay. How she is marriage for a pleasure and you are renting her? Any Muslim can tell me? How we can rent a woman? By marrying her? When you marry a woman, you are renting her? Or you are renting her private part? Muta is considered a kind of rental because in general, a man basic aim of this kind, between two bracket, marriage is sexual enjoyment of the women. This is the aim of this marriage. How we can call it marriage? So we rent the women in Islam. She is married. She's rented, yes, but she is married, brother. This is legal, halal. And my purpose of renting you is sleeping with you, halal. It's not to have a family. No. Just we want to boom. You know, 3 days, 3 nights. What is the word marriage? This is why in the hadith of Muhammad, the word marriage never appear. In return, the woman she receive as a return of his enjoyment, she receive a certain amount of money or a property. So in the video, Fifi, he said the Prophet, he don't need to pay dowry. Remember? He don't need to pay rent. The Prophet, he will rent the women for free. Rented women? in defining rental, just says that this is gained possession of the benefit of exchange for a specific sum. The only religion who allow you to rent their daughters. And this is a religion, and they are talking about this is not effing her, it's marrying her. Hello. What a disgusting cult. I'm not going to ask now why Muhammad, the Muslim, they say that Muhammad, he made a hadith forbidding the muta. But the muta is a Quran. How you can forbid the Quran by Muhammad's statement? Allah, he said you can rent women. Muhammad later, he changed his mind. And he said, don't do it no more. Actually, there's very strong hadith saying that the Prophet of Allah and his followers, they practice muta. Even after Muhammad's death, they continue. This is Sahih Hadith. This is Sahih Muslim. The book of effing, not marriage. You see, they say the book of marriage. As you see, this is muta. What marriage? You rent a woman, this is marriage? Alright. So here it says, Ibn Jurayj reported, and now Fifi will say, Ibn Jurayj is a liar. He's a very well-known liar. All the companions of the Prophet are liars. And even the one who came after the Prophet, we are liars. The Muslims, they lie a lot of lies about the Prophet, because we Muslims, we cannot trust them. Anything the Muslims, they say to you negative about the Prophet, they are not really, those are liars. Ati reported from Ibn Jurayj, Ata, he said, Abdullah came to perform Umrah, blah, 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 okay, and says, and then we did mut'ah. He mentioned the temporary marriage. This is your translation. Whereupon he said, yes, we had been benefiting ourselves by temporary marriage during the lifetime of Muhammad and during the time of Abu Bakr and Umar. So this is after Muhammad, he died. Abu Bakr, he became a caliphate. Umar became a caliphate. And the Muslims still practicing renting women. So what happened? And this is Sahih Muslim. And let us put it for you on the screen. I know you are complaining. Again. The book of Nikah, the effing book, chapter of Nikah al-Muta. Permitted, then abrogated, then permitted, then abrogated, then permitted, then abrogated. What is this? Is it a joke? Was Allah changing his mind? Allow it, don't allow it, 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 don't allow it. And then here it says, they are asking him about the nikah al-muta, which means to F a woman by renting her. He said, yes, yes, we did it. Yes, we had been benefiting ourselves by this effing temporarily contract during the lifetime of the Prophet and during the lifetime of Abu Bakr and during the lifetime of Umar. So how the Muslim Sunni, they say, and this is Sunni book, that renting women, effing women as rental is abrogated. Very weird, stupid cult. They do as they wish. Whoever controlled the chair, he do as he wish. Egypt was Shia, overnight became Sunni. Why? We changed the caliphate. So now let us continue with the video of our sister Fifi, because this is taking so long. But it's fun, isn't it? You know what we would do. We are having fun. Okay.
He slept with many women, but there's none of them became his wife because it was just for fun.
Fourth lie. I don't even need to comment on this.
You don't?
This is a baseless claim by CP.
You are, let us say you are walking. I'm not insulting you, by the way. Don't take it as personal. Let us say you are walking in front of Muhammad and he saw you, he liked you. According to Islam, if his eyes fell onto you, which means he saw you, he liked you, your husband, he have to divorce you immediately so Muhammad can sleep with you. قال ابن العربي. Let us see what قال ابن العربي.
Hadith or Quran? Where is
This is Quran interpretation for that verse. Read. You know Arabic, that will make it a lot easier for me. Do you see in front of you on the screen the Arabic?
Excellence to Sister Fifi to read the 16th privilege of a Prophet Muhammad in the book of Al-Qurtubi. Instead, he opened for us Tafsir Ibn Kathir. We did not even have opened. You know, when you refute somebody, shouldn't you even read at the same page he's reading from? No, we opened a different book. Have nothing to do with the topic. This is what I was reading, Al-Qurtubi. Let us read together.
Do you see it, Sarah?
I
Do you see the Arabic?
see it.
Okay, does it say إذا وقع بصره على امرأة وجب على زوجها طلاقها وحل له نكاحها? How disgusting that is. You just said you don't accept that. If Muhammad, he look at you and he like you, your husband must divorce you immediately. So the Prophet, he can, with my respect to you, he can sleep with you.
Fifth lie. CP makes the claim that this is according to Islam. And that's just the way it is. Now, in reality, it's a fringe opinion that seems to have only been attributed to Al-Juwayni.
And look, he highlighted in this box. Okay, what do you say Al-Juwayni? Where is the Juwayni? Where is the word Al-Juwayni? What is that? And look, you see the arrow? Because you don't speak Arabic, you think when you see this arrow and he put it between brackets, it says وَقَدْ مَضَى مَا لِلْعُلَمَاءِ فِي قِصَّةِ زَيْدٍ مِنْ هَذَا الْمَعْنَى. This is reported by many scholars and many of them, you know, they spoke about it. So you are putting for me the bracket there for what? They don't know Arabic. We say whatever we want.
The source that CP provides is Ibn al-Arabi, who actually points readers to a previous section in his commentary where he actually refutes this report and points out that it's weak.
Potato. In this bracket you showed me in the screen, it's refuted? You coward potato? Where? Let me draw a blue line in the top of your line. I want this coward, the one who don't dare to call me, neither to let me call him, to tell me where here he refuted that. Coward, read, you idiot. It says regarding their saying that the Prophet of Allah, he saw her and he fell, and she fell into his heart, which means he have a lust for her. That is not accepted. Fabatil, you stupid idiot. Where is the refutation? He's talking about when he saw her, he fell into her. Where he spoke here about if he see a woman, the husband have to divorce her so that Muhammad can have her immediately. So the coward, he showed the page, and this is why you will see how fast this page will disappear in the video. He put it like for a few seconds. If I click right now, it's going to go. Disappear right away. He put it for a second. What this guy is saying here, that the statement that when the Prophet, he saw her, he fell into her. He says, well, how that can be if she grew around and he saw her many times? So how come this is the time his heart fell for her? And now when she have a husband, he fall for her? And did she offer herself to him? So he's saying, Zainab, she did not offer herself? Which is that have nothing to do with our topic. I just said to the women, and this is what he's supposed to try to refute, that if the Prophet, his eyes fall into a woman, her husband must divorce her. You said, this is refuting what I said where? Coward. And now if we take it off, you will see that this statement appear in the screen for a few seconds. Let us go back. How long he will put it in the screen?
A previous section in his commentary where he actually refutes this report and points out.
Coward, this is not the same commentary, and you are an idiot. Let me show you. The same statement and the same book, and you are a potato. Give me a second, let us find. This is what he was quoting. I will put it in Google translation so everybody will see that this guy is a potato. He don't know what he's talking about, and because he's a potato, he is quoting something have nothing to do at all with the topic. I said that Ibn al-Arabi said that if the Prophet, his eyes fall into a woman, her husband must divorce her. He said this is refuted here. Let us open the screen for you. All right. Fatwa number 47954. How accurate the story of etc. which mentioned in Al-Tabari, Al-Qurtubi, etc. Talking about the same topic. Then this guy, he searched Google, he did not know where he's quoting from. He said this is from the same place. The place I'm reading from, you idiot, was Al-Qurtubi. Here what you quote for me is this part. Until here. This is what appears in the screen. So now if we click at translate using Google translation, are we going to find any relationship of the topic we are talking about, that if the Prophet, his eyes fall into a woman, her husband must divorce her? Or here is talking that when he saw her, the statement when they say in the tafsir, that when the Prophet, he saw the women, which is Zainab, he liked her. She entered his heart. That statement is batil, can't be accepted, because he was with her all the time. And at that time there is no hijab, which means she is in front of him wearing no hijab, so he can see how beautiful she is. So how she grew up with him and he grew up around her, or they are living around, and he did not notice her every hour. And he did not fall in love with her until she have a zawj, until she have a husband. So this guy is trying to refute a logic, but he's not refuting the story, because he is just trying to say, but this is not right. Let us use Google translation and show you how this guy he lied by saying that this is refuting by the same guy. It says the narration are not corrected about what? Imam Ibn al-Arabi Malik, he said, as if they are saying that the Prophet, Allah pray on him, not for him, he saw her and she fell in his heart. Then it's a void. If only her husband has a gift. The translation is really stupid here. So, I mean, Fifi knew Arabic, and he knew I'm not lying. In front of you it says. So, they live together, they are around each other, And then how come now he noticed her that she is pretty? But Ibn al-Arabi is the same person who is saying, if the Prophet have 16 privilege, potato. Let us go here. And this is why you don't want to open the page and read for us. Ibn al-Arabi himself saying the following: وَأَمَّا مَا أُحِلَّ لَهُ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَسَلَّمَ فَجُمْلَتَهُ سَتَّةَ عَشَرَ. And what is made a lawful for the Prophet, which is a privilege, 16 things. I will use Google translation. This is Ibn al-Arabi talking. And Al-Qurtubi is quoting Ibn al-Arabi about the privilege of Muhammad. Now, if Al-Qurtubi is a stupid and he is a scholar, so you Muslim, you call him a scholar for what reason? Ibn al-Arabi confirmed that this statement, إذا وقع بصره على امرأة وجب على زوجها طلاقها وحل له نكاحها. قال Ibn al-Arabi هكذا قال إمام الحرمين. And this is what the Imam of al-Haramain he said. And what other scholars they mention in the story of Zayd? And this is refutation supposedly. So it is mentioned truly in the Quran interpretation in many Islamic books, not only in Al-Qurtubi, that the Prophet, when he saw Zainab, he have a privilege. And this is why now they are counting for us the privilege of Muhammad. What is the privilege of Muhammad? They are 16 privilege. They are 16 privilege. Let us find them. What are they, the 16 privilege? He start counting for us the privilege Muhammad he have in this page. And then until he arrived to the 10, most of them is about sex and booty. The best of the booty, privilege, given only for Muhammad, the best of the booty, the best of the money, the biggest TV screen. And then he arrived to the one number 10. And he say here, actually here he continue with more numbers, more than 16. Here he says, number 10, if his eyesight falls on the woman, her husband must divorce her and her marriage is permissible for him. Fifi, he said, well, no, he have to wait iddah. He have to wait 3-month period. That is the important now. Because I said, so he can have her immediately. Yes, immediately. Waiting for the iddah will not change the fact that she is his. That's it. The guy, the husband, he must divorce the wife for who? For Muhammad. Who is going to sleep with her when the 3 months is over to be sure she is not carrying a child from the previous man? Muhammad. So immediately. She is his immediately. If his eyes fall on a woman. And why Fifi did not read that for us and tell us why even you Muslims saying this? Instead, he quote for us saying that it doesn't make sense that the Prophet, he saw her and he fell into her because she was around. This is what Ibn Arabi was saying in the quotation Fifi was saying. He did not deny that Muhammad have a privilege. You see the coward? I will give you the link for this. And you can use Google Translation yourself. You do not need to speak Arabic. It's a privilege. They are counting his privilege. Here there is no opinion. This is not opinion. The privilege of the Prophet. Only Muhammad have those privilege. If his eyes fall into a woman, why Muhammad, if his eyes fall into a woman, the husband must divorce the woman immediately? No comment.